Hey everybody, welcome back to the Pop Culture Cafe. I am Huck, and on today's box office breakdown, we're going to be covering the weekend of February 18th through the 21st. So stick around. Alright, this weekend was another humdinger at the box office. Spider-Man, of course, is still in there in the top 5. Go figure. That thing is a juggernaut, y'all. Alright, now before I jump on the top 10 for you, do me a favor. If you're new to my channel, please do me a favor and get on down there and hit like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. Alright, but without further ado, let's get into the box office, shall we? At number 1 was Uncharted, another Tom Holland movie. That guy is just smoking it up at the box office. Uncharted, based on the video game, made $51 million at the box office this weekend, which was good enough, great enough to give it the number 1 spot. So kudos to Tom Holland, man. The guy's definitely a star outside of Spider-Man, it appears. So can't wait to check this one out. I'm hearing so-so reviews about the film, like the lack of chemistry, or it just feels like a bunch of scenes rather than a cohesive story. But you know, it's Tom Holland, it's based on a video game, which you're always hit and miss anyway. So if you guys saw that movie, let me know in the comments down below. Alright, at number 2, we have Dog. Aww. It's a cool dog movie starring Channing Tatum and this awesome German Shepherd. These guys are former Army Rangers that go through an adventure in this film. And it made $18 million this weekend. Not bad. I mean, like, J-Lo's rom-com last week didn't do that well at all. So, you know, kudos to Channing Tatum to coming in there with the dog. Everybody loves a good dog movie, right? So there it is at number 2 with Channing Tatum. Very cool. Now, number 3. Man, number 3. So, back up into the top 3 is Spider-Man No Way Home, man. Taking in another $8.8 million. Now, I'm just going to pause for a second to give you this massive global box office report on this thing. So, obviously, domestically, it's made close to $1 billion. Not quite there, though. It's made $771 million. Internationally, it's made $1,060 million. And worldwide, globally, people, $1,831,741,000. Woo! Man, score up those cash buckets, man. Look at that. That's a great movie, too. I do not even remotely argue those numbers because I love that film. It did everything for me. It was a great time at the box office. It hit all the Marvel feels, had you cheering. I mean, A plus on that. If it was nominated, which it was not, for Best Picture, and people say, oh, you just want it to win because it's a superhero movie. No, I want it to win because it did what I want a movie to do for me, which is thoroughly entertain me, wildly, satisfy me. That's another thing. A lot of movies aren't very satisfying. Like, you'll start and you go, man, you know. But, you know, then again, on the flip side, another great drama that's not like a huge blockbuster was Coda, which was a fantastic film. So if that wins, I'll be happy because, you know, Spider-Man wasn't nominated anyway. So go Coda. All right, let's get back on track, people. Speaking of tracks, has nothing to do with the train. I don't know why I made that reference, but here we go. Number 4 is Death on the Nile, Kenneth Branagh's movie. That's right, another good, you know, whodunit crime caper. It did pretty well last weekend, and this weekend it is now $7.1 million. So still doing pretty good. It's made $25 million so far. And rounding it out, you can't kick these guys off the list, Jackass Forever. Yep. Those guys pulled in another $6.2 million at the box office, making $47 million so far. So there you go. That is your top 5. Now let's go into the bottom 5 of the top 10. At number 6, it did not stay very long in the top 5, is the Jennifer Lopez rom-com Marry Me. It went down to number 6 with $4.2 million. And underneath that, Sing, still hanging in there. It's been at this little area for quite some time. Made another $3.8 million. Kudos to the talented people over at Sing, too. And another sequel, Scream, the sequel in the Scream series, made another $2.2 million, bringing its total to about $77.3 million. So, good job, guys. At number 9, we have Blacklight, the Liam Neeson film. Dropped considerably, so it only made $2 million at the box office. And at number 10 is another new release this weekend called The Cursed, and that made $1.9 million. So there you go. That is your top 10 at the box office for the weekend of February 18th through the 21st. Now, what was number one on streamings? Let's check it out. All right, over here on our streaming services, we have some really good number ones for this weekend. Number one on Netflix, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. People love that franchise, man. Can't get enough of those Mike Myers and Texas Chainsaws and Jason Voorhees. You know, you put one out and the fans will come. So that was good enough for Netflix to be number one. Over on HBO, we had The King's Man took the number one spot over there. Disney Plus, I mean, I don't know how long this is going to stay here, but I feel like it's never going to leave. But Encanto was there again in the number one slot at Disney Plus. So that is just a juggernaut over there. That's bringing in the subscribers, I'm sure. Amazon Prime, we have Free Guy, one of my favorite movies of last year. Probably number two, just under Spider-Man No Way Home. Man, that sucker was so good. And over on iTunes and Google Play, Ghostbusters Afterlife. Still having lots of life over on those two streaming services. So kudos to them. Paramount Plus still has that Paw Patrol sitting pretty at their number one spot. Hulu, SpiderMan Homecoming, still there from last. I think people are still they're loving their Spider-Man right now. And over on Vudu, Ghostbusters Afterlife is still number one, going strong. All right, that is going to do it for all the top number one streaming movies for the weekend and for the box office breakdown of this weekend as well. Thank you so much for tuning in and checking out this new video. If you are new, do me a favor, get on down there and hit like and subscribe one more time. I super appreciate that. Thank you so much. And if you enjoyed this video, tell all your friends. Leave some comments down below if you went out and saw any of these films or if you streamed any of these films. Let me know if they're any good. All right, gang, until next time, I will catch you later.